Have you ever said something to a woman and watched her slowly lose interest right in front of you? Even though you did everything right? You texted her back. You were polite. You tried to be funny. But somehow she just pulled away. And it messes with your head because you start wondering, what did I say wrong? Was I not attractive enough? Not confident enough? Not interesting enough? So you replay every word, every message, every moment, and still nothing makes sense. I'm going to be honest with you. This was never about you being not enough. It was about what you didn't know. I'm here to show you that. I'm not here to sell you lines. I'm not here to give you tricks. I'm here to show you how women actually feel attraction beneath the surface, where most men never look. I'm here, and this is her emotional secrets, where we uncover the real psychology that creates desire. And I'll warn you now, the final one is incredibly powerful. It can change everything fast, and almost no one uses it correctly. Here's the truth most men never hear. Attraction isn't logical. It's emotional, subconscious, pattern-based. A woman doesn't sit there analyzing your words like a checklist. She feels them. She reacts to the energy behind them. And that's where most men fail. They focus on what to say instead of how it lands. They try to impress instead of trigger emotion. And that's why even perfect conversations fall flat. But once you understand the hidden patterns, everything shifts. You stop chasing. You stop guessing. And suddenly, women start leaning toward you. Because now, you're speaking to something deeper. Let me show you how. There are 9 words, simple words, that when used with the right energy, create emotional spikes in her mind. Not manipulation, not tricks, real emotional triggers, used with intention, used with respect. And when you understand them, you don't just sound different, you feel different. Let's start with the first trigger. Masculine presence. This isn't about looks. It's not about height, money, or status. It's about grounded energy. It's how you say things, how you pause, how you hold your frame. Instead of saying, "Do you want to hang out sometime?" you say, "Come with me." Same idea, completely different energy. One asks for permission. The other leads. And women feel that difference instantly. When you speak from certainty, she relaxes into her feminine because now she doesn't have to lead. Short, direct, calm, that's power. Say less, mean more. Next, emotional challenge. Most men are too agreeable, too safe, too predictable, and that kills attraction. Because attraction needs tension, playful tension. Instead of saying, "You're really nice," you say, "You're trouble. I can already tell." Now you've created polarity. You've made her feel something. You're not attacking, you're teasing, and that subtle push creates pull. It wakes her up. It makes her lean in. Attraction grows in contrast, not comfort. Now let's talk about selective attention. This is where most men lose everything. They give too much, too fast, too available. And it feels good at first, but then she pulls back. Why? Because there's no mystery, no scarcity. Instead of texting all day, you disappear into your life, or you focus on your purpose. And when you come back, you say, "I saw something today that reminded me of you." Now your attention has weight. Now it matters. Because it's not constant. It's earned. Attention is value. Don't give it away. Use it intentionally. Now here's where things get deeper. Intentional listening. Most men hear words, but women feel whether they're truly seen. She tells you a small detail, something subtle, and later you bring it back. You said you love quiet places. I know one. That hits differently. because now she feels remembered, not just heard, seen. And when a woman feels seen, she opens. Not because you said something clever, but because you showed presence. Listen deeper. That's where attraction lives. If this is making sense so far, hit subscribe and join her Emotional Secrets community. It helps more men learn what they were never taught. Now let's move into something most men completely misunderstand. Vulnerability, but not the weak kind. Not dumping your problems, not seeking validation. Calibrated vulnerability. That means sharing something real without losing your strength. Instead of saying, I've had a hard life, you say, I've been through things, but they made me sharper. Now you're showing depth without losing power. You're human, but still grounded. That balance is rare. And rarity creates attraction. Women don't want perfection. They want real, but real with strength. Now let's talk about physical connection. Gradual touch, respectful, light, natural. Not forced. You're walking together. Your hand brushes hers. You laugh. You tap her arm. Small moments. That's how connection builds, because touch releases something powerful. Oxytocin, the bonding chemical, and when it happens naturally, it feels right. Not rushed, not awkward, just real. Let it build. Now here's one that most men never understand. Controlled unpredictability. This is where attraction explodes, because the brain craves reward, but not certainty. If she always knows what you'll say, what you'll do, how you'll react, there's no excitement. But if you mix it up, if one moment you're playful and the next you're calm and grounded, if one moment you pull her in and the next you step back, her brain starts chasing that feeling. That's dopamine. That's anticipation. Instead of saying, I like you, you say, you're confusing in a good way. Now she's thinking. Now she's curious. And curiosity is the gateway to obsession. Now let's bring it all together. The 9 words, simple but powerful. I like you, but I'm not sure yet. Read that again. I like you, but I'm not sure yet. This sentence does something most men never do. It creates tension. It shows interest, but not certainty. It gives her something to earn. And that flips the dynamic, because now she's wondering, what does he mean? Why isn't he sure? What do I need to do? That's when attraction turns into pursuit. But listen carefully. This only works when it's real. You don't fake it. You don't force it. You feel it. Because women can sense authenticity instantly if your energy doesn't match your words. It fails. But when it's aligned, it hits deep. Now let me shift something inside you. You don't need better lines. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to become someone else. You need awareness. You need strategy. You need to understand what's actually happening beneath the surface. Because once you do, everything changes. You stop overthinking. You stop chasing. You stop trying to impress. And you start attracting. Naturally. Effortlessly. Because now you're speaking her language. Not the words, the emotions. And when a woman feels something real, she doesn't forget it. She replays it. She thinks about you when you're not there. That's not luck. That's understanding. So take this seriously, not as a trick, but as a tool. Use it with respect. Use it with intention, because real attraction isn't about control. It's about connection. And connection starts with awareness. Now you know. Now you see it. Now you can't unsee it. And that's your advantage. You've leveled up without saying a word. If you're ready to stop chasing and start becoming the man women genuinely desire, subscribe to the Her Emotional Secrets now. Turn on notifications because the next one will shift your reality again.